this is the Popcorn Heroes spoiler review of Shazam.
Spoilers.
That was kind of intense.
It was.
You scared me.
It doesn't go with the tone of the movie.
I don't go fuck. I am Armando. With me, as always, is Pedro.
Hello.
Back for the first time, Mike.
Hey.
And God's gift, Orlando.
Yeah.
He's not God's mistake anymore? I missed that one.
I'm back.
He's back, man. He's been forgiven for last week's transgressions.
It was a little annoying hearing himself talk about himself being God's gift, but hey.
Oh, should I just say God's plan?
Nah, God's mistake was great.
And then we could put God's plans Drake song right as soon as I said that for like a two-second clip.
Without getting sued?
Yes, without getting sued.
Good luck.
Man, we ain't making money off this. We ain't never getting sued.
We're never gonna get sued, man. Unless AMC sponsors us, please sponsor us.
A-list, we love you.
A-list. All right, guys. So if you listened to us last week, we did a spoiler-free review of Shazam. So today, this episode is pure spoilers from the beginning. If you want to listen to spoiler-free stuff, go give us a listen at the other one. It was posted a week ago.
Right
Check
out
it
the gate.
Right out the gate, man. Spoiler-free. But right now, spoilers. This is a spoiler podcast. We're jumping right into it. I hope you guys saw the movie. It deserved the money. Let's start off with that. Shazam opened with a 53.3 million weekend, which is I think is pretty great for a 90 to 100 million budget movie.
For a DC movie.
Yes, which is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fan screening it had was at which was 2 weeks ago, which me and Pedro saw, was at 3.3 million, which then kind of makes this movie a 57 million opening weekend.
You just
movie.
wanted to sprinkle in all those millions.
Yes. I'm trying to support this movie, man.
You're trying to give it all those pennies.
Trying to give it all the support it needs. Which essentially means there's definitely going to be a sequel. And it's going to be the Black Adam with The Rock.
From what I understand, the Black Adam movie might even just be
just a Black Adam movie.
Just a spin-off. But time will tell.
Time will tell. So let's rate it right now. You guys know Pedro's and my rating. To repeat it again, 4.5 I did. Pedro?
4.5.
Mike, what's yours?
4.5. I listened to that episode. Jesus Christ, 4.5?
Yeah, man.
Movie gets a 1. A fucking 1.
Wait.
This
Mike.
movie was so trash.
So 1 means you hated it.
I absolutely hated this movie.
No.
It is the worst DC. One of the worst DC movies I've ever seen. That shit was so trash.
Suicide Squad.
I think this is a lie because
It's better than It's better than Aquaman.
I liked Aquaman. You're the only one that didn't like Aquaman.
Aquaman was trash.
you're the only one who didn't like it, Orlando.
How is it better than Aquaman?
And now you're the only one who didn't like Shazam. So
Shazam was such a waste of time. Oh my! It felt like one long ass episode of Chuck versus Superpowers. I hated it.
All right, I think Mike is lying here because whenever Mike likes a movie, he posts it in his Instagram stories, and he posted this movie in his Instagram stories.
I did post in my Instagram stories. I forgot to post how much I hated the movie and how no one should ever watch that movie in their entire life.
Yeah, because he posted the beginning before it started.
Yeah, the movie was so terrible.
And the end, because I remember seeing the drawings.
The credit too. I had the end credits.
So you're a fucking liar, Mike. You only post movies you like on your stories.
Nah, that's a lie.
Nah, he did it for
This is the exception to the rule.
he did it for the cam footage. You know, he has to resell it online and shit. That's why.
I saw cam. Yeah, I saw cam footage.
Yeah.
Orlando, what's your rating?
I really liked it. I would say, I don't want to say 4.5, but I think 4.5 is pretty solid.
God, this movie was so bad.
It's pretty fucking good.
Where? I don't understand. But where was the 4.5?
I saw it again and it was still a great movie.
I would never.
Mike, are you sure you saw Shazam or did you just watch Kazam again?
Oh, damn.
I wish I could have watched Shazam again and played. I wish that's what would have played when I was watching this movie.
Damn, Mike, that's pure hate, man. Pure
All
hate.
right, there we got it.
It was terrible.
Well, do you guys want to do the plot or just want to jump into it?
Yeah, let's just jump into all the parts Mike hates.
All right, Mike, you lead the charge, buddy.
Everything. Except for what was her name? Darla, the little black girl?
Oh,
The only good
adorable.
part of the movie was her. But from the get-go, well, not from, I don't know, the family was annoying from the get-go. What's his name? Savannah, whatever.
Yeah, Dr. Savannah.
But from the get-go, when he gets like transported to the fucking wizard and the wizard just standing there watching, why didn't the wizard just well, no, not from the get-go. I'm sorry. I'm fast forwarding to the movie. What's the guy's name that plays the wizard?
The Jimon Hansu.
Am I the only one that thought he looked horrible as the wizard?
Mike, you're not happy it's a black guy?
No, give it to a white guy. That shit was real. If you're gonna give it to a black guy, at least make the beard look authentic, make the hair, make something look authentic. That shit was horrible.
Actually, the reason why they made him black was because Jeff Jones, when he redid Shazam, he made him black. So
For the after post New 52?
yeah, the new 52 version, he made him black, and he added the Marvel family, whatever, Shazam family, I guess now, like all of them.
I kind of well, I guess we'll talk about that later.
Because he used to just be Freddie and Mary.
Just do it, man. Talk about it. What do you want?
That was one of the parts that I actually was hoping they added to the movie. The whole his brothers and sisters also getting superpowers.
Yeah.
And they did it, and I was like, nah, you know what? This is not what I wanted at all. This movie is still trash.
Wait,
I was in the back of my head, I was hoping that's what they did.
So when it actually happened, what you wanted to happen, you still didn't
I
like
was
it.
like, nah, this isn't saving this movie. It's too late.
You didn't like when we went Hadouken and all that.
The movie wasn't funny it had like 2 jokes that were funny. Other than,
What? You're crazy, dude. So
You get out of here.
the reference to the movie Big with the piano.
I've never seen Big.
That's why he hates it. That's exactly the reason why he hates it, because he's never seen Big. He has no nostalgia, no soul for this movie.
Nah, I don't know what Big is. I don't know how it ties into Shazam. Was that
It was like a small clip that it's very similar to.
So Big, I mean, you didn't hear our spoiler
the
free.
piano part in the mall?
Yeah.
I might have seen Big.
So there's a movie with Tom Hanks where he wishes that he becomes big, and the very next day he becomes an adult. He becomes Tom Hanks, and then his best friend is like, "Oh my god," and he starts helping. It's the same shit. The whole
I might have
Freddy,
seen parts of that movie.
yeah, the whole Freddy with Shazam thing. It was all a giant reference to. The whole movie was a reference to Big.
Oh,
And then they solidified that reference with the piano, because there's a famous part where he plays the piano on the floor.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Damn. So no nostalgia goggles for you at all.
None
You just said,
whatsoever. I'm like, what is going on in this movie? It doesn't make sense. Why are they doing this? How did we get this far?
I didn't see Big, but I caught the reference. But I mean, I really enjoyed the movie. I'm not sure you don't like anything of it. So
Nothing.
You thought none
The
of it made
action
sense?
wasn't good. The movie wasn't funny. I don't like Zach. He was okay before, but I really don't like him after this movie.
no, dude, it was so good, man. It's like
But why?
him just being a kid.
It was just ridiculous. The movie was ridiculous, and not in an enjoyable way.
Wait, you didn't like the Shazam comics?
I was gonna say, do you even like the character?
I do like the character. That's why I was really excited. I wasn't really excited to see the movie, but I was hoping for the best. And like I said, I was really excited. I really wanted them to do, because I really love him having his brothers and sisters also have the superpowers, that whole kind of dynamic or whatever. And that's why I was really, really hoping for that. And it was just all bad. It was all bad.
You didn't like Megan's good part where she's like super adorable as well?
She was redeemable because she's fine, but she's a terrible actress.
She's so fine. Yeah, but her bad acting though, it goes good with this role, because
in fact, everyone they picked is an actor or actress I do not like for the family.
The guy they chose for Freddy was like spot on.
It was so spot on.
It was Adam Brody?
yeah, it looked just like him too, like an adult version of him.
Just like who? Oh, just like Freddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the curly hair, whatever. So you didn't like? I'm gonna go all the way to the end. You didn't like the Superman cameo?
It's not even. Was it him? It couldn't have been him.
No, it wasn't.
Oh
It wasn't.
my god! Get the fuck out of here! I'm so sick of this.
He was probably doing Witcher by then or something, so he couldn't get in.
If it was him, I would have liked it. But it's not even.
I feel like you hate this movie because Henry Cavill wasn't in it and Will Smith wasn't in it.
Honestly, I'm going on him now, but I never really liked Henry Cavill as Superman.
You're gonna hate Suicide Squad 2 then?
Nah, it's got Idris Elba. I'm hyped. I like the first one. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he did like the
Sexy
first
ass
one. He liked that terrible movie. So
I think I was the only ones that. But the part where Savannah, I guess he gets older, and then he finally gets to see the wizard, and the wizard just standing there, not doing anything while this guy's about to ruin his life. You have a fucking staff, kill him. Am I the only one that thought about that?
No, it's because
No.
the Wizard's supposed to be really weak by that point.
But 2 seconds later, he's blasting fucking lightning blast everywhere. He wasn't weak.
But remember, he's a hero. He doesn't kill people, so he's not gonna kill that guy.
You don't have to kill him to blast his ass back to where the fuck he came from. The movie made no sense after that. Why did you let this guy do this?
Well, at the end of the day, I always just thought of it as a kids movie. It still felt like a 80s, 90s kids movie to me. It was just the definition of
It felt
fun.
like a waste of
Mike,
time.
you don't know what fun is. You're too used to the grim DC.
I'm used to that. You know what? This didn't feel like any of the other DC movies. I'll give it that.
Yeah,
and I guess for better or for worse, I guess people like that about it.
It's very refreshing in that sense.
I don't know about refreshing, but it was just weird.
Is that every character needs to have their own, like its own vibe to it. It shouldn't all be dark, and that's what ruined Superman.
Right. Even like the jokes were like they felt like natural and like well like acted, not like Aquaman where he's just like, oh, we need water, oh, just pee on it. Like that's not funny.
Or where he sniffs his armpits underwater and goes, ugh, like he smells bad. I don't stink.
That was funny.
Man, you thought that was
great. Aquaman was great.
So what about the part where she eats the rose? Did you go like, ha, 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 and then he eats it too?
I don't remember that. Oh, she didn't know what a rose.
Yeah,
Nah,
it was like a Little Mermaid moment.
No, it wasn't funny. But you don't think Aquaman was funnier than this movie?
Nah, that movie's terrible.
This movie, not you. This movie was not like every time people started laughing, I'm like, what? I must have missed the joke.
The funniest,
I had to have missed
the funniest
joke.
part was when like they're shooting at him and they're like, "Oh, you have bullet immunity." Like, "Oh wait, let's hear what's on your face." Like, "Yeah, shoot his face."
Nah, that part was funny. That part was funny.
I knew it.
All right, the movie had like there were like 2 or 3 jokes that I
That
actually
was like
laughed
the
at.
best. That was like the most funniest. That funniest
There was
part.
something after that happened that I liked, but that part was actually
I'll
funny.
buy your premium beer or whatever. You didn't like any of that? Where he
No.
was trying to be all like adultish? Oh.
It just it felt forced. It felt like you're trying to pretend that you're this older person. It just didn't feel real to me.
That's exactly what he's trying to do. He's a kid pretending to be an older person. That's the fucking gist of it.
It felt like he was an older person pretending to be a kid pretending to be an older person.
He's a dude pretending to be a dude disguised as another dude.
Thank you. That's exactly what it felt like. And it felt like just a kid. Nah, that shit was ridiculous.
I do agree with I think it was you, Armando, who said it like in the spoiler-free version that Billy Batson, like the kid version, wasn't so playful, wasn't so like like kiddie. But then when he gets to be Shazam, he's like super like playful and super kiddie.
It doesn't make any sense.
I mean,
But it does make sense because when we were watching it again, I was paying attention more to the conversations because the first time I was just like, oh my god, it's so cool. So there's this conversation when they're sitting at the Philadelphia steps, and Freddie goes to him, man, I like you this way. Like you're more cool compared to the other guy, because he's talking about how like grim and dark Billy Batson is and how he fucking hates everything. But this version of him is actually like a kid. He is a kid. He is his equivalent. He allows himself to be more of what he's supposed to be than the person who is just fucking hates everything and hates life.
yeah, I was gonna say because it does make sense in the sense of like, well, as Billy Batson,
It allows him to be his kid.
Yeah, you're like a tough home, like grew up rough streets. You have to play this like tough character because all you know, and then you're a
Tough
fucking
streets. It sounded like he had pretty good homes.
right.
It
But
doesn't sound like he had that tough of a life.
I mean, but his
He
mom.
was just trying to search for his dirtbag mom. And I never even really cared about. They never gave me a reason to care about his mom. Like you could tell from the beginning of the movie she was trash.
Oh, right, for sure. Because you're like, wait, they're in the same county or the same state.
Yeah.
Like, how you not found them? Like, it was clearly.
So when they have this big meetup moment, and he finally realizes that okay, now he knows that she's trash. It doesn't do anything for me because we've known the whole time that it's pointless.
But it makes sense that we're adults and we've seen adults be trash. As a kid, you want the best out of your parents, and to realize that your parents are flawed.
He was smarter than that.
Sometimes it takes a while.
When you're blinded by that idea of that your mom literally lost you, he's a kid, dude. He's literally a kid, and he still had hope for his mom. But we're fucking adults, dude. You're 50 years old, dude. You're already seeing life.
You keep adding
when I
10
was his
years.
age, I would have known that. I would have known she was trash. And I was like, fuck it, and moved on.
Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Fuck that.
Hey,
What?
you live the hard life, man. That's why. You grew up on the streets.
Hey, thank you.
That's all you know, man.
The movie.
But he didn't grow up in the streets. You just said that right now.
The movie was pointless. The movie was pointless.
So you didn't like the cool, chill foster family? The parents specifically? You didn't think they were cool? You just said fuck it.
Nah, he needs to go back. Whatever. Well, the daddy needs to go back to Walking Dead and leave that woman behind. I don't know what was going on.
Oh man, I stopped watching it way before that. Is
I know
he on
who
the
he
new
is.
season? Is he alive still?
He's dead as fuck.
Oh, spoiler alert to Walking Dead.
He died like 2 seasons ago. If you don't know, it's too late.
No man,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
I stopped watching and Glenn died. Ooh, spoiler alert again.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's when I started watching. Once that they did that fake out, I was so upset. I was like, fuck this.
They did like 100,000 fake outs of Glenn. But anyways, yeah, I prefer him on Walking Dead. I like his character better.
Dead. So you prefer him dead over
Even dead, I like his character better than on this movie.
So you're telling me you didn't like the villain?
He was a cookie cutter, pointless villain with no real motivation for killing his fucking dad and his brother.
I mean, the motivation was that he fucking hated them.
Hated them for what though? Because his brother, everybody's older brother, is an asshole.
I think it was more than that.
How does he not know that he really fucked up in that car and almost got his dad killed?
Well, yeah, but I
His
think
dad should have beat the living shit out of it. Are you ins- if that was oh my god.
Mike, you okay?
Wait. That is an idiot for not fucking pulling over and beating the shit out of it.
Why didn't he get off the fucking? Oh my god, this movie doesn't make any sense.
He just kept driving, so it's the dad's fault, not the kid's fault.
Wait, guys. We all know that white people do not beat their kids. Come on now.
Even all right, after they did the whole swerve, he swerved like in the middle of the fucking like intersection at this point, and he's just sitting there yelling at the kids like a car's not gonna hit him in the dark in the snow. What movie are we watching?
Shazam.
No.
I'm waiting for you guys to turn into like old ass like grandpas right now.
I disagree with you in the fact because you could see that both the dad and his brother were really against him,
right?
And everything that he did bothered them. So it was something more to it. We don't know, but maybe he was the reason why the mom is not around or something like that. And they both hate him for that reason. Yeah. And he just grew up with that hate.
He was being annoying as fuck in the car, and I can understand why any parent and any older sibling would be like, "Shut the fuck up back there." And then after you've already been annoying, just being an annoying asshole, and then after that, you're gonna reach for the fucking door and try to get out the. Nigga!
Oh, okay. Yeah, yes, at that point, yes. But before he was teleported, what the fuck was he doing that was so annoying?
He was making noise or some shit.
What the oh my god! What kid doesn't fucking make noise, dude?
I pray
Exactly.
for
And
your
what parent
kids.
doesn't say "shut the fuck up" back there?
No, dude, no. What the fuck are you talking about?
Mike, the movie's not rated R. They can't turn around and say, shut the fuck up.
My kid makes noise all the time. I'm not gonna fucking beat the shit out of him because he's making noise. What the fuck is that?
You had a better childhood than I did. Michael, if you don't shut the fuck up back there.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
Yo, pray for Mike's future kids.
For real.
You know how many times I've seen Amando's kid just like ask him the same exact question over and over and over, and Amando has like this.
He didn't get a backhand for one of those questions. That's wild.
Amanda just goes, that's nice.
Oh, okay. We have different views on how the child in the backseat should have been treated.
All right. So parenting etiquette aside.
Wait. He was just playing with a fucking toy, dude. You're mad at the kid for playing with a toy, dude.
Play quieter, nigga. I'm driving.
Yo, so question: if Shazam, right? If it was a black family, that shit would have happened, right?
Nah, what the? Are you crazy? Nah, there's no way.
Be funny, like in Mike's version, like the supervillain doesn't exist, so
No.
it's just Billy Batson walking around just doing dumb shit for the whole 2 hours.
The supervillain would have been a well-adjusted guy by the time he grew up. He wouldn't have been this guy harboring this. There's no. The movie doesn't justify why he hates his family so much.
Well, also the dad was always talking about power, money, all these things, and he like, oh, you need to grow up and grow a pair and shit like this and whatever. So he had that psychosis already in there, dude, like in his head of like he was enough for anything, even though he was a good maybe a good quote unquote kid. But his fucking family hated him for a reason. We don't know what the reason is, but there was hate for him. So he grew up with that hate, and his parents and his dad kept reinforcing to him that you had to be better than this. You had to be like something that like I'm just a fucking kid, dude, and you to give me all this shit. So he grew up with this idea that his family hates him. He's not good enough, so he needs to find a way to be good enough, find power essentially, which he did end up finding power.
Literally.
And in the boardroom, in the scene, he's like, "Oh, you keep asking. You keep talking about these material things. You keep talking about money is power and this company is power. But I have real power. I have these motherfuckers gonna fuck up everything in this room, and that's essentially the gist of black hatred. Essentially,
The hatred was his own fault. He crippled his fucking father. And on top of crippling his fucking father for something I'm sure his father thought was ridiculous, he saw some imaginary wizard. You don't think I'm gonna hate this kid? Every fucking day of his life, he's getting his ass whooped. Are you insane?
but he was hated before that accident.
You don't know if he was hated. He was just being annoying in the back seat. But then after that, you're gonna cripple me, and then for the rest of your life talk about this magician that made you cripple me? Nigga, get the fuck out of here.
You think you're my will after that? No, you not.
Ain't no way.
Psychology of Orlando. What do you think? Break down this kid's trauma and how he grew up.
There you go. This is what you were waiting for, Orlando.
Not really. I mean, it's like Mike said. There's not enough going on to like for you
To
to
justify this lifelong hate of his parents.
Well, you
Of his dad.
you do see snippets of it basically. Like I said, like even when like I get it, like brothers fight, but at the end of the day, like the brother and the dad see like they're fucking buddy, but like tag teaming the kid. Like I think he was like making fun of him, and the dad's like, hey, yeah, like yes, and you don't do that. Like
That's never happened to you guys? Never in life?
No, dude, that shit doesn't work that way. If a sibling is picking on another sibling, you go shut the fuck up. Both of you shut the fuck up and respect each other.
Or like if it is funny, you like keep that smirk, like kind of like you got him. Like,
Yeah, it's a really different childhood.
But that was actually in agreement with the sibling ganging up on him. Like
Yeah.
he never stopped him. He never said, "Hey, like that's you gone too far," or "Relax" or whatever. Like no, he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, you get him, buddy." Like come on.
You know how many times me and my dad ganged up on my little brother? What are you guys talking about right now?
we both know how he turned out. Like, are you?
He's not trying to kill us. That's for damn sure. He's not throwing us out of random ass windows for no fucking reason.
Oh my god.
I don't get it.
Orlando, continue with your psychology here.
I guess. So I. And then in the boardroom meeting, like when his brother's like, "Yo," gets up, he's like, "Yo, don't make me like stomp you or whatever."
Yeah.
Like clearly you could tell like their childhood was kind of rough.
You know his dad still can't walk, right? This nigga coming here talking about the same bullshit he been talking about for the last 30 years in front of the guy he crippled. No, I don't want to hear it. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm sorry to agree with Mike.
Like his dad cannot walk. There's no repairing it. There's no undoing it.
I'm
And
sorry.
because the kid said, "Oh, I saw a wizard," and tried to jump out the car.
I'm sorry to agree with Mike. It's just a simple fact that I can imagine now that he's like. They playing that wizard story for like 30 years. Like, yo,
Thank
bitch,
you.
shut the fuck up.
Grow up, nigga.
Your
What are we
wizard
doing?
story.
Make me like this.
Yo,
But dad, wizards.
You're a wizard, Harry.
yo, he never went to go see Harry Potter for sure.
You don't think you would resent that kid a little bit?
All right. First of all, the shit was before he got crippled with the hatred. The crippleness just added more to
But
it.
he's asking
You're
you.
using the word hate. You don't know. All right, they were picking on him, but that happens. That's to you. That's not normal, but it happens more often than not.
Let's say a size like 10. He's a little kid now. But let's say he's like 10 years old, and so he's capable of like knowing when doing wrong shit. And let's say he ends up crippling you. You won't be just a little bit upset, like.
Yeah, of course you're gonna resent that person for that shit. Naturally, dude. Of course, I understand after the accident the resentment they have for him, but there was that before the accident. What I'm trying to say, there's always been that, and the accident just fucking made it even worse. And he grew up in a terrible, even worse environment because of that accident. I'm not saying necessarily that him being crippled is not gonna cause that. I'm just saying that yes, I'm saying there was that before that, and after that it made it even worse for him. So you grew up in a terrible life, dude. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking show you all that I was not lying. And you know what? He wasn't lying. So
But I also agree with that what you said. Like basically, like think about it. Like this did happen to you. This is real. Granted, like the family hatred is warranted, but also what you saw was warranted because it was fucking real.
You're a
And
kid.
there's
You don't know
lot-
what you saw.
Huh?
You're a kid. You don't know what you saw.
I guess, but then
It was
but
a
what
dark and stormy night
but
on the fucking road.
Imagine being an adult now, and then it's all confirmed that what you saw was real.
His
Wouldn't you want to be like, yo, dad?
Yeah.
After 30 years, check this shit out.
I would.
knock.
I absolutely would. I'm not gonna throw him out a fucking window. That's not a little extreme.
Yeah, but that's why he's the villain.
But
Villains
my
are
point,
extreme.
my point was it just him being a villain. It didn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
That's fucking crazy.
I guess so.
I didn't mind it because this was, like I said, this felt very 80s and 90s. And what do I think about movies from then? I think of all the fucking villains as very two-dimensional. Very mustache twirling, like I want power just to have power.
And if you think about it, isn't that
like Lex Luthor's always trying to? If you look at the old Christopher Reeves movie, Lex Luthor just wants to be powerful.
Yeah, but I thought we were moving away from villains like that.
Oh, right.
And out of all the villains, especially recently, this is the most cookie cutter villain I've seen in a while.
Wait, Suicide Squad villain was the worst out of all of them.
I disagree.
And you like Suicide Squad villain more than this one?
They didn't try to explain why the villain was bullshit. The villain was just bullshit. This one, they tried to explain the bullshit villain, which is why I dislike this villain more.
I would disagree. I like him for all the reasons you hate him, though. So that's what it is. I like the fact that he's a little cookie cutter-ish. Because the movie, to me, feels cookie cutter.
Maybe that's why I didn't like the movie.
Yeah, because it's not as... Because the DC movies lately, they've been trying to steer more towards reality. Like more grim, and Aquaman's steering away from it a little bit, and this one definitely steered away from it, like fucking
I think
big
Wonder
time.
Woman steered away from like the grim.
Probably a little bit too, yeah, because the Germans weren't bad, the Ares just made them bad. So
shit, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, remember they weren't Nazis then. It was World War One. They're just angry Germans.
That's true.
But yeah,
I don't know. Like so far, with the not even an exception, almost every fucking single villain has been cookie cutter. Aquaman's villain was
actually,
Aquaman.
No. If you say that, then that means T'Challa and Killmonger are cookie cutter because the Aquaman story is the Black Panther story reversed.
His villain was what's his name was kind of cookie cutter. Black Manta was, but he was like a throwaway villain in the movie.
Yeah, that I agree with, and we complained about that too.
Yeah,
but Black Manta was like, in my opinion, one of the worst villains. It's like your dad died because your dad was a jackass, and then you're mad at Aquaman because your dad was being a jackass. Like,
oh, really? Didn't make any sense, huh? I understand.
He's trying to say that this villain is a jackass,
and you're mad at your dad because you're a jackass. It doesn't make any sense.
No, but they loved each other. Manta and his dad were really, really close.
Savannah he's a fucking he obviously has a PhD. He obviously has enough money to fund this ridiculous ass research for a fucking wizard. His life wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. For you to throw your brother out a window, your life wasn't that bad, buddy.
Sometimes people with money are the ones that have the worst problems.
I mean, rich people kill, man. Like, why not?
A boardroom full of people?
He's the villain at that point. He essentially turned into the villain.
He technically didn't do it. It was the sins that did it. He got his boys to do his dirty work.
And who was it? Greed is the one who killed his dad because he was greedy.
Yeah.
He still killed his brother. Threw his brother out the window.
He did. There's no lying about that.
That was an amazing part of the movie, though.
Also, like, think about it. Like, it does show that like those the sins are talking to him. Like, so they're influencing him as well. So he probably thought they like wanted to encourage him. Like, yo, you need to like step up and like get power. Go get power by killing the ones that took it from you.
I guess that can make a fraction of sense.
It's like the One Ring in Lord of the Rings. You know, you kind of start whispering
your decision making.
Okay, so with that thrown into the mix, it makes a little bit more sense.
It makes a little more sense.
Okay, cool.
I give you that. It makes a little more sense.
But he still doesn't like the villain.
No, not at all.
Because he still hates the movie.
Yeah.
But his flying was so good, though. Oh my god!
What?
His flying.
Oh, I thought you meant the brother that flew out the window. I'm like,
that was great flying too, though.
What do you mean his flying was so good? Who's flying? Shazam?
No, man. Savannah.
Well, actually,
I don't know what you mean by it was so good.
The part that had me cracking up was where he's monologuing when they're far away from each other.
That was the funniest scene in the
and
movie.
He's like, I can't hear you. Are you talking?
That was hilarious.
I will kill you and your whole family. Just the whole monologue. Orlando, you're looking at me confused. Do you remember that part?
All right, the monologue was
when he's
funny.
like, I can't hear you. There's traffic, and yeah, that was a good part.
I don't know, you're looking at me like, I don't remember that part.
But it went on for, like, I felt like, well, that was one of the jokes that went on for a little bit too long. They could have cut it down, and I just like seeing the villain monologue and him not being able to hear it. But his reaction, maybe I just don't like him as an actor. Like, just watching him react to that scene, I didn't like it. But I like the idea. I like the idea of the scene.
You mean Zachary?
Zachary
the one you didn't like.
Levi, Levy, whatever. Yeah, I don't really like him that much.
Yeah, I disagree. I liked him.
Yeah, it was really good.
I like the villain for all the reasons you hated the villain, because I kind of like the fact that it was a little more cookie cutter-ish. And and the hero, the reason why you didn't like him because he was like fakey kid-like, but that's why I liked him. So every reason why I like this movie is every reason why you hate it. So we're just gonna have to agree to disagree.
I also hated the montage of learning to use your powers, because I've seen it in every hero origin movie.
Right, but I did like it though because it reminded me of Spider-Man.
It reminded me exactly of but I've seen Spider-Man twice. I've seen it twice now. I don't want it a third time.
Well, I could see that, but I guess I haven't seen it in a while.
It hasn't been that long.
Well, what's the last movie that does it like that?
The Amazing Spider-Man.
With a comedic, element.
The Amazing Spider-Man is the last one I remember.
I don't even remember him going through the montage of learning his powers in Amazing Spider-Man. The only last time I ever remember that was Spider-Man 1 when he actually tried to figure things out.
In the Amazing Spider-Man, he was trying to figure it out. He was fucking around with the web shooters. He was swinging through the town and hitting shit.
I feel like but I feel like it didn't do like a full montage.
It wasn't the same. It was probably shorter than the one from the original Spider-Man, but I've still seen it.
I get what you're saying, I guess. But the Amazing Spider-Man, it's been a while too, like a few years already.
It's been a long time.
And think about how many movies we've seen since that movie.
Yes, but
and now,
Marvel has done so many, I guess, quote unquote origin movies, and they no longer have that same fucking. And this one had the exact same hero origin formula.
Right, but the thing is, like I said, I guess since I haven't seen it in a while, and then it was kind of refreshing, and then there was a comedic element to it. I enjoyed it. And then Marvel now, either they do a quick summary because they know you're tired of the fucking origin story.
Thank God.
Which is great, because in my opinion, I think for Marvel to do it, it's fine because Marvel has a lot of movies already. Like, they have too many movies. And for DC, they still are like babies. So it's okay if they do like...
They're not babies.
They've
been doing this shit since the 80s.
Universe, in terms of the universe, they're still like building it. So I think it's okay that they do that.
That doesn't make me less tired of origin movies though. Just because they haven't done as many origin movies doesn't mean the formula has gotten old.
But it makes sense for this movie because essentially it's a kid who instantly got powers. He doesn't know his limitations. So how are we ever going to know his limitations if we don't see him go through the process of figuring out what his limitations are?
And what I did like about it is that they added like the current element of like, well, Freddy wants to get popular. He wants to be like a popular kid. He doesn't want to get bullied anymore. Well, how do I do that? Okay, let me use my friend, put YouTube videos up, and then I'm in the videos, or I'm like, I could say I filmed that, and then I become cool by association. So like, it wasn't just that like, oh yeah, let's do a montage to show you like that that you can do all this stuff. It's kind of like also like showing Freddy's motivation, because Freddy was a little bit like selfish, and so it's showing you that side of Freddy of like when he's like, oh yeah, you know how lucky you are, you know how much I wish I was like this, and because you can see that from back then when he's just like so excited, he's more excited than Shazam to have these powers, because he's like, oh shit, I can be cool now. So I think it's needed to show that.
I didn't like that part either.
Oh fuck it, dude. Fuck me.
Yeah, you just didn't like the movie in general. Like everything we've said is kind of like explaining the reasons behind it. You're like, I don't care. So it's like you just didn't care for it.
So the battle between the Captain Marvels, you say Carol Danvers wins this fight.
Absolutely, by a landslide.
Yeah.
And I thought that movie was just, now thinking about it, I thought the movie was just okay. I think I liked it a little more when I first saw it, but thinking about it afterwards, it was okay.
What do you think, Orlando? Do you like, did you see Captain Marvel?
Yeah, I didn't like that movie that much.
So you like Shazam more than Captain Marvel?
Oh yeah, way better. I think if I were to give Captain Marvel a rating, like a 2.5.
You didn't like Aquaman. I can't take your opinion serious.
So yeah, I agree with that. Not with the rating he just gave me, but I agree that I like Shazam more than I like Captain Marvel. I was more entertained by it. I enjoyed the story more. I enjoyed the comedic moments of the movie more than I did of Captain Marvel. So Shazam for me is a better movie than Captain Marvel.
I don't see how. Why?
I really did think that. Well, let's just a quick review of my Captain Marvel experience. I just thought it was
Captain Marvel Inception.
Very middle of the road. Like if I were to rank it,
I agree.
It's very like the Guardians 2, like just very like 6s, 5-ish if you want to get a higher number, but just very middle of the road. I don't think it was that funny. I don't think
it's funnier than Shazam.
Oh hell no! And it was just like I said, like with Marvel, we were kind of Marvel fatigue. So it was, and then at the end, you know, she's gonna be like there's gonna be no threat because she's this amazing hero. So I knew that she wasn't gonna meet her match. So yeah, I think my favorite part was Jude Law, but other than that, I think the movie was okay.
No way, man. Ben Mendelsohn was the best part of that movie.
Ben Mendelsohn was the best part.
Pedro, what do you think out of the both Captain Marvels?
Oh, I already said
Shazam
it
and
before.
Captain Marvel?
I think Shazam was way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see how. It's just a regular superhero origin movie with all the good parts taken out.
Captain Marvel is a regular superhero origin movie with all the good parts taken out.
It doesn't go through the whole bullshit of her learning to use her power. She pretty much already knows what she's doing. She's training, but she kind of knows what she's doing.
She's still trying to learn her powers once she gets her full powers.
Right, but she's fucking Goten at that point. She's already a Super Saiyan at the age of 9.
So she's already been doing this.
Yeah.
It's not.
You just said the reason. She's been doing it. Captain and Shazam, he's never done it. He
Which
just
is what
literally
makes it
learned.
the typical superhero movie. He's
But
just starting.
she does have a moment where she is learning her powers, right at the end. She's like, oh shit, I can do all this.
When she gets unlocked.
Yeah, when she
gets
unlocked.
upgraded.
Yeah.
I have no problem with the upgrade, but watching the entire thing I already know what this guy can do. I don't want to see you test your secret fire and vulnerability. It's not funny. Stop it.
I told you
because you already know that people don't know.
Right, and at the end of the day,
people.
And at the end of the day, it wasn't
Unless
just
y'all listening, then don't fuck y'all.
like I said, it wasn't just for that. It was also for to show that Freddie was the one that was setting it up. It's not oh yeah, let's do this. It was Freddie was I'm gonna record you and I'm gonna put it on YouTube. And so I want to yeah.
Freddie's crippled. He wants to be popular. I don't even like Freddie. So why do I care if he wants to be popular?
Let's talk about what you do like. You like the little girl, right? Darla?
She was so funny. I love her.
She was adorable. Oh,
She
my
was so
God.
cute.
It's especially when they're trying to figure it out. They're looking on the news and they're like, "Wait!" And she's just there smiling. She's
Yes, that was one of the 3 funny parts of the movie.
And she goes, "Yay! You got it! You figured it out." I thought that part was so
That guy
funny.
couldn't hold fucking water, man.
And that scene when they're in the dinner table and she's stuffing her mouth so she won't say anything. That shit was funny too.
I love her. She was the funniest part. Until she grew up into Megan Good, then I'm like, okay.
Now
it's gone.
It got better.
No, it didn't. Megan Good's but she's such a terrible actress.
You can look at Megan Good now. Oh, damn, she's so good.
Those were all the jokes in the movie. Just fucking like that. I hated it.
Man, nah. I mean, when they all transformed into their Marvel Shazam version of themselves, I thought it was fine. I liked how even the fat kid didn't talk much. He talked more.
Because he was confident.
Because he was like, oh,
and
yeah.
it's funny because when I watched it again, it's a throwback to one of the very first scenes when Billy gets into the house, and you know how there's weights on top of her welcome home Billy thing she said. She said the kid Pedro, I think his name is. Oh, Pedro's trying to get swole. So it's a throwback to that, how he was doing that for confidence, and then when he finally was that swole, big, handsome guy, he was confident in himself,
right,
and it was able for him to talk.
Yeah.
So it's just it was a throwback to that.
Yeah, it was
that
a
was pretty
Terrible
cool.
message.
It was great. And then I loved
He has
how,
to be in shape to
oh
be
my God,
confident.
I
I hate
loved
it.
when Megan Good, adult Darla saved Santa Claus, and she's like, oh, I want this for Christmas. Super adorable.
If she could act, yeah.
So back to the message real quick though. Technically, when you say Shazam and you grow up, that's supposed to be the best inner self. So
Yeah,
it is a good message. It's a metaphor for you see the inner you is really nice.
As long
really
as they're
powerful.
in shape and have muscles or are really slim, have perfect hair, and be who America wants you to be. No, I'm not agreeing to that, Pedro.
So they won't end up like that when they're older?
Yes, they will. When Billy,
No, if they work out and eat healthy and do all this shit, no, they can't just grow up and turn into that
But
shit.
wait, no, because you said that's their best version, but there's no hint that they're gonna be that when they get older. Though.
Exactly.
yes, there is a comic.
lie.
You read Kingdom Come, have you? There's a comic in Kingdom Come where they
I've
show
read Kingdom Come.
it's supposed to be years later when everybody's old as dirt, like Bruce Wayne is old as fuck, and then you see Captain Marvel, because he was Captain Marvel then, Shazam, he's there and he looks buff and huge, and then he goes Shazam, and all that happens is his costume changes because he's that old. That's all that happens. So he became his best self. Yes, Mike, by eating healthy and doing exercise. But shouldn't you do that? You'll live longer that way. So there you go.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
I would have thought that he would have got the Shazam version of himself would have got older, but I guess not. 'Cause you said it's the perfect version, so you just stay at that age.
Yeah, it's because Black Adam, you'll find out later on, he's a fucking old 3,000-year-old decrepit thing. So when he says Shazam, he turns into a fucking like badass, and then when he says Shazam back, he turns into like a mummy. So you become the best version of yourself when you Shazam out.
And I don't think he ever Shazams out, right? Back at him, because he's always at his perfect self.
Yeah, in his first appearance, they force him into saying Shazam. I don't know how. I don't know, fucking 60s writing. They force him to say Shazam, and then he turns into like a skeleton and like fucking dies. I was like, oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, they got away with a lot.
I was going to say, you know what's funny? That it's interesting because then they're all like in their 30s, clearly, like their Shazam versions. So that means our best version of ourselves is coming up, guys. Mike, you're way past the best version of yourself, but
Sorry, Mike. That's why he hates this movie.
that's why I hate this movie.
I'm never gonna be that best version of myself.
So maybe we got like a few, like 3 more years until we have to hit the best version of ourselves. So let's start eating right and we're lifting weights.
What do you guys think about the CGA monsters? Did you look good to you? What do you think about them?
The Sins, they looked fine.
I mean, nothing special. They weren't bad, but nothing special.
Like I know all these movies. I know all these movies are technically supposed to tie in together. So it was kind of cool to see, as fun, family friendly as this was. Every time the Sins came out, like you knew that, oh shit, this is supposed to be the rated R part. They just turned the camera away just in time. Like when he's eating the guy and all that stuff, and it's like, okay, cool. So it still feels like it's in the same universe. So if Henry Cavill would have came out, it still would have felt right. But if I know
He was supposed to, but he was being a little bitch.
I blame The Witcher.
Yeah, so I enjoyed the movie. Mike, unfortunately, you have no soul, so that's why you are Dr. Savannah in this.
He has no childhood.
Yes, he
Pray
does.
for Mike's future kids. I mean, he's probably shooting blacks at this age, but you know.
Oh, yeah, he is 50.
I missed it.
I'm so sorry, Mike. I'm so sorry.
No, the Alzheimer's is kicking in. I'm so sorry, Mike.
Because his hearing is going away. I'm so sorry, Mike.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to buy a hearing aid.
It is though.
But yeah, definitely go watch it. Don't listen to Mike.
Don't do it. Don't please do yourself a favor. Don't give. I pray they don't make any more money. That's why when you're reading off the numbers in the back of my head, I'm like, fuck, why?
Anyways, guys, this is the end of our podcast. Hope you enjoyed this review. Go watch it. Don't listen to Mike. He sucks. But we do need his opinions here. You can follow us on all the social media platforms. We're on Instagram and Facebook. We've been posting a lot. Comment. We'll be right back. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about. Till next time.
Don't watch Shazam anymore. Don't support it. We don't want a sequel. Outro?
Shazam.
Wait, you don't want The Rock?
Oh shit! Fuck! All right, maybe some of y'all can watch this movie.
He's a producer
I wanna
on the
see
movie.
Black Adam. I really want to see Black Adam. So I guess some of y'all can watch this stupid movie.
All right, later.
Bye-bye.
Shazam.
Don't do that. Outro.